two laptops, nearly the same price, but only one leaves the other chasing its shadow in ways you won't expect. You're choosing between the MacBook Air's Apple M4 with 10 cores and the XPS's Snapdragon X Elite with 12 cores. The MacBook Air lists a 4.46 GHz base frequency and 3 nanometer process, while the XPS shows 3.4 GHz and 4 nanometers, but these numbers aren't directly comparable across architectures. What matters is that the MacBook Air scores meaningfully higher in real-world benchmarks, so you'll see smoother multitasking and faster editing day to day. MacBook Air posts a 3,622 single-core score, well ahead of XPS at 2,728, while multi-core is 14,223 versus 14,120, which is a near tie unlikely to matter day to day. Cinebench 2024 single-core is 166 for MacBook Air and 121 for XPS, and multi-core is 933 versus 910, again a near tie with little practical difference. Choosing MacBook Air means your demanding apps and quick tasks both benefit from stronger single-core performance, making everything feel more responsive. Choosing between the Apple M4 GPU and Adreno X1-85 means picking two integrated designs from different worlds. Both are integrated, so neither offers a dedicated graphics boost for gaming or creative work. Each claims 3.8 teraflops, but those numbers aren't directly comparable. Real performance depends on software and optimization. The MacBook Air gives you a 13.6-inch IPS LCD, while the XPS is 13.4 inches with the same panel type. You get a sharper 2560 by 1664 resolution on the MacBook Air, but the XPS offers a smoother 120 Hz refresh rate. That's now 2 wins for MacBook Air, this one included, so your work and streaming both look more detailed. MacBook Air and XPS both reach 500 nits, and neither offers a touchscreen, so sunlight readability is similar. Each supports Dolby Vision HDR, but MacBook Air uses a glossy screen while XPS is matte, affecting reflections. You'll see more glare on MacBook Air outdoors, but its 225 pixels per inch display is much sharper than XPS's 169 pixels per inch. That extra sharpness means text and images stay crisp in bright rooms, giving MacBook Air a real advantage day to day. Capacity is nearly tied at 53.8 watt-hours for MacBook Air and 55 watt-hours for XPS, so not much in practice. Charging speed is split. MacBook Air offers 30, 35, or 70 watts, while XPS gives you 60 watts. Both use USB-C, but MacBook Air's flexible charging options mean you can adapt to your day's needs. Both the MacBook Air and XPS ship with 16 GB of RAM as standard, using LPDDR5X memory at this price. Neither model lets you upgrade the RAM after purchase, so your multitasking experience is set from the start. There is no difference between them here, so your day-to-day workflow will feel equally smooth on either. XPS gives you 512 GB of storage as standard, double the MacBook Air's 256 GB at this price. Both use M.2 SSDs with NVMe, but only XPS lets you upgrade storage after purchase if your needs grow. That flexibility means you can keep more files locally now and expand later, a real advantage for busy days. You're deciding between 1.24 kilograms and 1.17 kilograms, which on paper is not much in practice. But the MacBook Air is 11.3 millimeters thick, while the XPS is 15.3 millimeters, so the Air feels slimmer in your bag. Both use aluminum, so the daily feel in your hands is equally premium either way. Coming off its design win, MacBook Air gives you Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3, while XPS offers Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4. Those version bumps are unlikely to change your daily experience. Both give you 2 USB 4.0 ports and Thunderbolt 4, so your main accessories work the same way on either. But only MacBook Air includes an audio jack, so you can plug in headphones or mics without adapters. That single port means less hassle when you want to listen privately or join a call on the go. Both the MacBook Air and XPS give you a backlit island keyboard with 1mm key travel, so typing feels similar. Neither offers a numpad, and both use a 1080p FHD webcam, so video calls and number entry are a tie. Where your day changes is fingerprint login. The MacBook Air has it, the XPS does not. That means you get faster, more secure unlocks on the MacBook Air, adding to its lead in total wins. You get one CPU option on each, but the MacBook Air offers 16 gigabytes, 24 gigabytes, or 32 gigabytes of RAM, while the XPS gives you 16 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes, or 64 gigabytes. For storage, the MacBook Air lets you pick 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, or 2 terabytes, and the XPS offers 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, or 4 terabytes. MacBook Air costs $1,199 and XPS is $1,249, so the price gap is $50. MacBook Air won 7 categories. XPS took 2 including storage, and both offer black, silver, blue or silver, gray. You can find both prices linked in the description below. MacBook Air is for anyone who wants the fastest performance, best battery life, and a sharper 2560 by 1664 resolution display in a lightweight 1.24 kilograms package. If you need lots of built-in storage, skip MacBook Air. The honest hesitation. At this price, you only get 256 gigabytes of storage, which fills up quickly for creative or professional work. XPS is the right pick if you need more built-in storage at this price or rely on a wider range of ports and connections. If your top priority is the sharpest screen resolution or the fastest overall performance, look elsewhere. The main reason to hesitate: the 1920 by 1200 resolution is noticeably less crisp than what you get from competing options. Which would you pick, the MacBook Air or the XPS, and why? Drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to Computer Matrix for more honest laptop comparisons.